but she said that there would be a little boy and a little girl spotted sitting in the hallway on the stairwell, and also that the neighbors reported seeing a little girl sometimes out the corner of their eye running through their apartment, and then there'd be no child. The tenants before us only lasted 30 days here.
What happens when the music fades and the silence starts to whisper back? Bobby Barz, a Pennsylvania rapper turned paranormal investigator, didn't go looking for ghosts. They found him. Living in a house built on haunted ground near Gettysburg, Bobby and his family documented years of chilling encounters that blurred the line between the living and the dead. But what started as curiosity quickly turned into something much deeper and darker. This is The Dark Truth of Bobby Barz, a paranormal investigation. Now, before we get into today's video, I want to give a special thank you to Project Dark Knight Horror for inspiring this story and for always shining a light on the strange and unexplained. And of course, credit goes to Bobby Barz and WRLD Paranormal, the heart behind these real experiences. Their dedication to documenting the unknown has given us an authentic look into one of the most fascinating modern hauntings. Their channels are linked in the description below. Be sure to check them out and show your support. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Bobby Barz is a 37-year-old rapper and content creator from Pennsylvania. His career began in the underground hip-hop scene, where he quickly made a name for himself with his gritty lyricism, sharp wordplay, and raw authenticity. Growing up, Bobby was drawn to music as both an outlet and a passion, channeling his life experiences and struggles into his songs. Over time, he built a loyal fan base across Pennsylvania and beyond, releasing multiple independent projects that reflected not only his talent, but his drive to create something meaningful. As his career developed, Bobby's creative focus began to expand beyond music. Alongside his ex-wife, he co-founded WRLD Paranormal, a YouTube-based paranormal investigation team that documents their real-life experiences with unexplained phenomena. The duo lived for 4 years in a historic home located near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a site infamous for one of the bloodiest battles in American history and long associated with ghost stories and supernatural activity. While living there, Bobby and his family began encountering a series of disturbing events that seemed to defy explanation. Footsteps echoing in empty hallways.
Oh, what the fuck was that, man?
Doors closing on their own, and sudden temperature drops became common occurrences. These strange moments led them to begin filming and sharing their experiences with viewers online through WRLD Paranormal. Their channel gained attention for its raw, unfiltered look into what many believe to be genuine paranormal encounters. Bobby and his ex-wife have since moved out of the Gettysburg home, but the chilling evidence they captured continues to stand as a major part of their legacy in the paranormal community. Many of their recordings, from disembodied voices to eerie shadows, have sparked intense debate among skeptics and believers alike. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the eerie authenticity of what WRLD Paranormal documented. For Bobby Barz, it became more than just a project. It was a turning point in his creative journey, blending his artistic expression with an exploration of the unknown. The experiences he captured not only deepened his connection to the paranormal world, but also cemented his reputation as someone unafraid to face what most people choose to ignore. Only a few days after moving into their apartment, strange things began to happen. On their third day there, Bobby and his partner were sitting in the living room when the sink in the kitchen suddenly turned on, full blast, all on its own. What's eerie is that their landlord wasn't surprised when they mentioned it. She calmly acknowledged that previous tenants had also experienced unexplained activity. Then she shared something that would forever change how they saw the apartment. A little girl had passed away from cancer in the unit, directly above theirs. That detail might have seemed like a coincidence at first, but soon after, faint whispers of a little girl's voice began showing up in their videos. Sometimes soft, sometimes distant, almost as if someone was trying to be heard but couldn't quite reach through. The stories didn't end there. The landlord revealed that the last tenants, who had only lasted about 30 days before moving out, claimed to have seen 2 children, a little girl and a little boy, sitting quietly on the stairwell outside the front door. Neighbors who didn't have children of their own also reported seeing a young girl dart past in the corner of their vision, always near the same area. It wasn't long before Bobby and his partner decided to document everything. What started as curiosity soon turned into evidence. The early recordings captured heavy footsteps moving through empty rooms, strange knocking sounds, and low guttural growls with no clear source. As months passed, the activity escalated. They began hearing children giggling late at night. Doors would close on their own, and on several occasions, cups and objects flew off tables and countertops with no one nearby. Each incident was caught on camera, and each one seemed to build on the last. The online response grew, and soon, people within the paranormal community began to take notice. A few mediums even reached out to Bobby, offering to connect with whatever might be haunting their home. Their readings and what they uncovered about the property's past was shocking. After months of unexplained activity, Bobby and his ex-wife decided to accept help from one of the mediums who had reached out to them. They scheduled a video call, hoping to find answers for what they'd been living through. During the call, the medium immediately mentioned the presence of a little boy in their apartment. She said the boy had drowned and often appeared confused and scared. That caught Bobby's attention right away because the landlord had told them about a young boy who was seen in the stairwell. But the way the boy had passed wasn't public information. The medium then described a young girl who had passed away from cancer, which again matched exactly what the landlord had told Bobby about the girl. Somehow, the medium even knew the approximate ages of both children. She went on to say that she could also sense the presence of an older woman, a man who is very possibly related to the Battle of Gettysburg, and another entity that she described as a shadow spirit, something that lingered in the background and simply watched. The relation to Gettysburg hit close to home, literally. The Battle of Gettysburg, one of the deadliest battles in American history, took place nearby. More than 50,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing, and many were buried in shallow graves throughout the surrounding land. Locals often say that homes built in that region still carry the spiritual energy of the war, echoes of suffering that never faded. I believe the soldier's spirit had been drawn to Bobby's home not because of the house itself, but because of the energy already present on the land there. I believe the home had become something like a beacon, attracting lost and restless spirits. Finally, she mentioned a darker presence, a shadow that didn't interact, didn't move things, and didn't make itself known in the same way as the others. It simply watched. With that information given to Bobby, I can only imagine that it left him uneasy. Over the years, Bobby and his family documented dozens of unexplained events inside their home. But through it all, he maintained one key point. The spirits never showed anger or aggression toward them. Despite the constant activity, Bobby always said they felt safe. The knocks, footsteps, and voices had become a part of their everyday life.
Because of the table. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
He explained that the spirits were powerful, able to move objects, shut doors, and manipulate lights, yet never in a way that felt threatening. It was as if the entities wanted to be known, not feared. Bobby and his daughter would often record the activity together, calmly analyzing the whispers and movements being caught in real time. For them, documenting the activity wasn't terrifying. It was proof. At one point, Bobby and his family decided to bless the house. During the ritual, they gave the boy, the girl, the woman, and the man the same spirits the medium had described, permission to either stay peacefully or move on. But when it came to the shadow spirit, they made their intentions clear. It was no longer welcome. According to the medium, the woman's spirit acted as a protector for the two children. She sometimes whispered words like evil or help.
Oh,
Not out of fear, but as a warning, a way of guarding the children and the family that now lived there. Bobby believed these messages came through because he himself was a channeler. He said that spirits seemed drawn to him, often using his presence as a way to communicate with the living. In the end, Bobby's motivation for capturing all this evidence wasn't about attention, money, or fame. He wanted to show the world that the paranormal was real, that spirits, both good and bad, exist alongside us. For him, every EVP, every whisper, every flicker of movement on camera was proof that the line between the living and the dead is thinner than most people believe. After years of documenting their experiences, Bobby and his family finally moved out of the haunted apartment. They left quietly, no dramatic ending, no final confrontation, just a peaceful goodbye to the spirits who had shared their home. The little boy, the girl, the woman, and the man were all left undisturbed, free to remain where they belonged. Even though they've left the apartment behind, Bobby says his channeling energy still follows him wherever he goes. Spirits continue to gravitate toward him, drawn by something he can't quite explain, a sensitivity that's both a gift and a burden. But unlike before, the activity now remains unknown, and WRLD Paranormal hasn't seen any new uploads in over a year. Today, Bobby and his family are doing well. They've found stability and peace, focusing on new projects along with Bobby continuing his passion for music. The haunted home in Gettysburg may now be just a memory, but the evidence they captured there remains unforgettable. The voices, the movements, and the unexplainable moments that stood as proof of something beyond our world. For those who've seen the footage, there's little room for doubt. Bobby Barz and his family left us with one undeniable truth. Sometimes the paranormal doesn't need to be believed. It only needs to be witnessed. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the dark truth of Bobby Barz, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, not everything you see online is fiction.